What's up, people? I might have spelled that. I don't know. How you spell messenger? I don't care. Let me look. Waiting for more of y'all to jump on real quick. What's good though? We got a game ahead of us tonight, and I'm ready for it. Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. What's good? I don't see nobody in the comments yet. Let me make sure y'all can hear me though, cause you know how I be doing shit, and I don't think you can. Can you guys hear me? Hold on. Oh, y'all can. Okay, good. Cause you know how I go. I'll be sitting here talking shit. Yesterday I was going. Yesterday I was going in, man. All right, yeah, y'all can all hear me. Good, good, good. I know you want to talk about 55. Everybody talking about that. Um, what that mean? Used to play our high school and bust us up every year. Simon Green. Who? Who did that? I did. I don't remember. Oh, you talking about? Oh, Kyler. Kyler. I see you now. Simon Green. I didn't know what you meant. Now I get it. It's all context, man. Yeah, Kyler Murray gonna be a beast. You know, we can. I guess since you guys started with that, we can kind of segue off of the video I did yesterday, talking about Kyler. I thought he was talking about me, man. Ready, Red, what's good? That's why I said I ain't did shit to you, man. I don't know you. But yeah. As far as Kyler and those guys go, Arizona Cardinals and so on. Let me take all this shit off because I know I'm gonna get uncomfortable in the middle of this, John. Hold on. Went running, had all my shit on. But yeah, I feel like we kind of overestimate Arizona's viability. And hit that like button if you haven't already. There's nothing against Arizona, nothing against Kyler Murray and the way he plays. I just feel like we see a lot of that type of play out of Russell Wilson. I said this yesterday. Russell Wilson is a better rendition of what Kyler Murray does. There are guys that really can't, and Drew Brees, he does it too. And we play well against both those guys every time we play them. And I think it has a lot to do with the way we rush. We might not have the greatest pass rush, but we do a good job of creating obstacles up the middle. We're not spread out all over the place, right? And when you can do that without kind of stunting out of position like we used to, if you can just kind of hold up two gap and keep hands in these little short guys' faces, it gives them obstacles that you can see on film. I don't have to make this stuff up. When you look at Kyler Murray and you look at some of the things that gave him problems versus the Jets, the things that gave him problems versus the Lions, it all had to do with his height. You know, it had to do with people getting hands in his face. When you put a hand in his face, he's jittery and he will still throw the ball even when you're pressuring him with a hand in his face. He'll throw the ball blind, and that leads to turnovers. So if we can get there, and if Trayvon and this defensive secondary can do a good job of taking away his first option. He is not a read the field quarterback. They do a little bit of what you see the Rams do with Golf, which is some misdirection, some bootlegs to give him easy looks where everything is cascading towards him. So they're either doing that with him or they're trying to create space by either, chopping at the defensive end's legs so they can get those quick looks on the outside, quick slants, quick things, right? They're either going quick or they're going deep, which is also quick. He can get into his 7-step drop quicker than most. So he can get deep pretty quick depending on the timing and the speed of his receivers. And they look to do that as well. So you'll see some misdirection, some play action, and then they'll look deep on two-man routes, things like that. We've been seeing that all year out of everybody. So the good thing about us giving up so many is we know what teams are going to go for or try to do to us. And I think we're going to see that a little bit. Yeah, I spelled it wrong. I don't care. But we know what teams are trying to do to us. So with that said, that gives us a air of predictability in regards to being able to predict what offenses, are going to try to do against us, and we'll see a lot of opportunities there to, I guess, create turnovers. I think, and I think that comes from the fact that we don't have an identity, but on film we do. Like teams would think that this is how the Cowboys want to play ball, and if that's the case, you'll come out doing things that we can kind of play into and we can anticipate. That gives us a little bit more um, predictability as far as how we counter that. Right. So when it comes to Kyler Murray, not really scared of him, man. Not really scared of him. I don't think that Arizona, they're world beaters. They have a good record. They're coming in, I think, 3-2. I think we'll both be 3-3 by the end of the night. I really think we can win this game, and it's not because I think the Cowboys are going to figure out a new way to play defense. I think we're just going to communicate better because we communicated better versus the Giants, and it wasn't because we were playing Jason Garrett, because you still had to execute on top of the fact that you're communicating. And just like we know Jason Garrett's offense, he knows, well, he don't really know this defense, but he knows the personnel on this defense. Nobody knows this defense, but you know what I mean. Um, so I think the defense is actually improving because they're settling down. They have less play selection according to them. They're saying they don't have that full playbook anymore. And I believe that because they were able to play faster last week. And you can see it in the way Jalen played. I think Jalen's play last week was great. I think that might have been the best game he played, in the time I've seen him. I haven't seen him fly around consistently for, a full game yet until that game. So maybe that's what it was. Sacks, everything. So yeah. As far as the Leighton Vander Esch rotation, since we're speaking about linebackers, man, that's a different one. I like the fact that you can take, Jalen out of the middle and move him around a little bit more because Leighton is there. But I want to see how they do this. I do really, really want to see it. Like if they're bringing him in on obvious passing downs, I might like it. If they're cutting into Joe Thomas's playtime to bring LV in, I am not a fan of it. I really ain't. I got nothing to do with LVE. I like LVE if Joe Thomas doesn't exist on this team. I like him, but I don't like him over Joe Thomas. I don't like him playing over Joe Thomas. I just don't. And also, like you guys just said, Simon, Bernard. Bernard's communication, I think, is there. I haven't seen any, blow up plays where it's like, oh, damn, this kid is just that guy. Haven't seen that because he hasn't had a lot of time to do that. But his communication skills and his aggressiveness is there. And he moves kind of fluently. I liked him in college too. He played alongside Bradley and Nye, so I watched a lot of Bernard film already. So I like the kid. I like him as a player. You know, is he better than LBE? Probably not. I don't think so. But I just don't. I don't know. I don't know how you're going to bring LVE in and then hope that he can maintain a level of physicality that we were lacking when he was here and when he was healthy. He wasn't physical then. So you think he's going to be physical now with a messed up neck? I don't think so. And I think physicality is what you need in the middle of the field. If you want to cover a guy who's not physical to play in the middle of the field, and he's a middle linebacker, why don't you put a safety there? If you put a safety there, you're getting the same effect. A guy who can't really plug up, he can't really go up against guards consistently. So physicality not going to really be that. But, he can cover better than a linebacker. That's what you got. You got a big ass safety or a big ass corner in LVE. That's what he is. He can cover. I like him. But right now he can't be as physical as we want him to be. So watching where they put him in, and I'm not hating on the kid. I just don't like him over Jalen or Joe Thomas or any of our linebackers right now, for that matter, because he's not himself. He can't be physical. I don't think. And I think if he comes out trying to be that, he may re-injure himself because I think they keep rushing him back in there for reasons unbeknownst to me. I said before the season, maybe you should redshirt him. And I don't think I was wrong with that. I think he should have sat down this year. We set Jalen down, or we kind of had him sit down his first year. Not kind of, we did. So I don't have a problem with that. And I think we should have sat LVE down, let him really get us a year to heal. He hasn't gotten that. If you wanted to really milk everything out of him, because what we're doing now, I think you're shortening his career by forcing him out there and by him rushing back to play as if he's coming back to save the day on defense. He's not our defensive staple. It's not like he was Luke Kuechly out there. So if he was that, then I would say, yeah, we need him to hurry up. But what are we missing? You can tell me if you guys disagree with me. You can tell me. I mean, what are we missing? I might be missing something. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let people know that you bang with the content. Yeah, somebody just said just use them on passing downs. Get ready for Kyler Murray cutting up high school defense. Yeah, the Cowboys do got high school defense right now. But don't get it twisted. Yeah, Gallimore did look good, but don't get it twisted. The Cowboys have been getting spotted points against them all year. Last week, Dak still gave up a pick six, and we also gave up a field goal that shouldn't have been one. So we gave and the offense has always given up points this year against for this defense. So we keep looking at the total score and saying, "Oh, the defense is giving up 34 points a game." No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. The defense is legitimately giving up maybe 20 points on average per game. That's them. That's, you drive up the field. And against Seattle had not one drive up the field other than the one that ended in a touchback for us because of Diggs. That's it. Other than that, Seattle didn't go up the field on their own at all. It was either a penalty and or a interception that created a short field. That's the only thing they did to us. So a lot of the points that were scored against this defense are points that are being scored because we're in bad positions too. Not like the defense is great and the positions is the only reason they're messed up. That's not it. That's not what I'm saying. But let's not just say, if I get punched in the face, but you hold my arms, you can't say, hey, Darius got punched in the face 3 times this round. Like, no, the ref was holding my arms. Like, what do you want me to do about that? So it's the same thing. The offense is putting this defense in bad positions every single game. You gave up last week, we gave up 34 points, right? Well, 10 of them weren't on the defense. We gave up 24 legitimate points last week. The offense gave up another 10. The special teams and offense combined. So you have to take that into account. You said, do I think Jordan Lewis can play free? Hell no. Jordan Lewis is good at coverage. He's a little too grabby. I like Jordan Lewis. I've been a big fan of his. I think he's overly aggressive sometimes, maybe one or the other. He's either overly aggressive playing man or he's getting caught looking in the backfield a little too much while getting caught with second moves and things like that. When guys are changing leverage points or breaking on routes, he's grabbing because he's looking off the break. And when he looks off the break, he loses a man. But to do that, to keep himself secure, he reaches out and grabs, man. So you got to stop that. I think he's a great cover corner otherwise, but he's not anything, spectacular right now because of that fact. Make sure y'all hitting the like button if you haven't already. It's 104 y'all in here, man. Show some respect, man. Stop playing me. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm only messing with you. I'm not only messing with you. Hit the like button, but I'm not, going to do nothing to you. Now, let's see. Facts. I'd love to see more mistake-free football on both sides of the ball. I'll give you that, Mark. What's up, Mark Croc? You said, when do Cheeto come back? I'm not sure. I'm not really rushing him back, but yeah, I would like to see Cheeto back. I would. Because I think Cheeto creates versatility on the other side of the ball of Diggs. Both of those guys can cover good enough, but you can move Cheeto around, or you could put Cheeto, or Worley out at the safety position too. You can move them around there. So I would want to see that. I think that that will bode well for us. But don't be surprised though, on the offensive side of the ball, like I just said, the offense has been putting this defense into bad positioning all year. The defense has not held up all year, right? Now, what helps an ailing defense that's trying to figure things out? A slow-paced, methodical offense. Now, Dak not getting paid, I think, played into this because you had Dak, who also has weapons all over the place too, so that kind of helps. But Dak can get down the field in 2 plays. He don't really need much. It's the Peyton Manning effect. Peyton Manning can go down in a minute and score on you, right? But his defense always suffered because while they're trying to get their breath, they right back out there. You know what I mean? They trying to get their legs under them, trying to figure out what did we do wrong last drive? They can't communicate on the sidelines long because you got to come right back out with the way Dak playing. You either coming right back out because they done fumbled the ball and you right back out there on a short field, or you coming right back out there because they score fast as hell. So, and most of the time, it's both because that's what we're doing in every game. So, with that said, this may be a different game. He said, you're a terrible fan. Oh no, I thought you was talking to me. I was like, hey, you can call it what you want. Yeah, I feel you though. But I gotta say what I gotta say. Don't shoot the messenger. That's why I said that. But I think, and I'm not saying that I'm not agreeing with the Andy Dalton fan club or the Dak fan club on this one. I think because of the perfect storm that we had, which is Dak trying to, show this organization what he's capable of, and then him and Kellen having that type of relationship, I think that we were a pass happy offense because they knew Dak could do other things if the play were to break down. I think to protect Andy, because you don't have anybody behind him that you really like right now. We got blocked on that Lions trade, but because you don't have anybody that you really like right now behind Andy, you're going to protect Andy, and he can't run. And the offensive line is kind of messed up, so you're not going to have him sitting back there like a sitting duck. So you know what you're going to see? And it's fucked up that you got to see it this way because they should have did it with Dak like they did it with Tony Romo the year that Romo and this team had the best chance of winning the Super Bowl was the year that we ran the hell out of the ball with DeMarco Murray. And tonight, I think you're going to see a better Tony Pollard because you're going to see a used Tony Pollard. You're going to see a better Ezekiel Elliott because you're going to see a used Ezekiel Elliott. So we're going to run the ball, I think, without fail today. And that will make us a better defense. It'll make us a better team. It'll make us a more calm and efficient team because you have time when you run the ball and you're wearing out that opposing defense. So they can't blow off the ball and blow your offensive line up because they're getting hit because you're firing off the ball, slapping them in their mouth. And I think that's what you're going to see today. You're going to see a different Cowboy team. Yeah, Andy's going to be asked to make those throws when you have single up outside or you have some play action opportunities. He's going to be asked to push the ball downfield, but I don't think they're just going to line up and spread it out and just start shooting it everywhere like we've been doing. I think you're going to see a lot more eye for him. Well, not eye for him because we don't have a fullback. Might throw a tight end back there with him or something. But you're going to see a lot more of these big formations. You're going to see both those tight ends in there blocking and helping to secure this offensive line. You're going to see a lot of chipping off the edge. So that is a different team, man. That's a different team. Now, the question is, why haven't you done that before? Why weren't we doing this with Dak? Is it, was it Dak's control? No, I don't think he's making the decision in regards to what you're calling. But I think a lot of it went into trying to make sure that you showcase what Dak is capable of. And I think a lot of times we put him in position to close out games because he wants to, number one. Number two, because, the team as well as the fans wanted to see him perform at a certain level. So he's trying to prove things along with the rest of this staff. And I think when you just quell that argument and say, look, this is our guy, and we're just going to win with this guy, the pressure isn't on him to be a Pro Bowler. The pressure's on him to win, not to show that he's the greatest person on the planet with the ball in his hands, because that's never what we needed Dak to be. And I think asking Dak to perform that way is the reason Dak is hurt right now. He was trying. He was pushing on that play. He was pressing, so to speak. Most quarterbacks go down. Most quarterbacks might drop a shoulder in you, but Dak is the guy that's going to stiff arm you, make you posterize you like Zeke does, and make you feel bad for even trying to tackle him. He does that on numerous occasions. And I think if he was house money, if he already knew I'm house money, he ain't gonna play with house money. I think he wouldn't have pushed as much had he been paid. So, like I said, unfortunately, but fortunately, I think we'll see a different Cowboys team the rest of this season because we will be running the ball and pounding the ball a lot more than we had before. I think that's what it is. Let's see. I already talked about the running game, talked about the game plan, pretty much talked about all the things I wanted to really touch on as far as defense, game plan, LVE being back. What I think I'll see out of Kyler Murray, I think we talked about that as well. But again, DeAndre Hopkins, he's had a good year already. When I say a good year, I mean he's already caught, I think, 45 balls already. So you know where they're going with the football. So if you can get hands in his face, into Kyler Murray's face, and you sit on DeAndre Hopkins, he's going to catch you on some double moves because that's just what he does. He's going to out physical Trayvon Diggs a couple times. That's what he does. That's how he likes to play. You can get up on him. The best way to play him is to slap him in his face. Like, that's it. You got to hit him. You got to hit him and make him feel you. Even that's just going to piss him off. But he still understands, though, that you're not here to play either. That's the way you have to play him. The same way Jalen Ramsey plays him. He'll make some plays on you, but you got to make him feel it when he does, period. And if you don't, it's going to be a long day, and he will embarrass you like he's done that to us already. I think that game we played the Texans, he beat us in the last end of the game, tossing Anthony Brown to the ground and spinning his way to, I think, field goal range or something like that. I don't remember how we got off that game, but Hopkins will embarrass you if you play off or play soft. He is not the type. He looks like a soft, pretty receiver, but if you watch his film, he's very physical for a slim guy. Like he will beat you up out there if you're not on your A game and you don't got yourself ready. So have your chin strap ready and be ready because that's what he's coming with. Now, defensively, as far as, do you blitz a young quarterback like Murray or do you play off? And I think you have to switch it up. You have to kind of you got to trick him. You can't just blitz him because he will find some wiggle room unless you're saying, hey, look, we're going to blitz you. We're going to get there and we know that when you get in his face, he can't throw. You will give up some runs. So if you want to turn him into a runner, blitz him. He gonna run all day because he's pulling that ball down. If his first option ain't there, he pulling it down. So if you want to make him run or do something frantic with the ball, you have to blitz him or get there with 4 fast as hell, which we haven't been doing. So um, I think you'll see a combination of the two, depending on the down and distance, which is obvious. But um, playing off him and playing more of a cover scheme, that plays into effect too. But you have to just contain with that. Don't let him run. That's making him a pocket passer. Don't let him run. Kind of squeeze the pocket, press the pocket, put some pressure in the A gap, just in his face, so that he can't step up, and he'll throw some air passes into coverage that way too. So there's 2 ways to play him. You know, some people say you blitz rookies, but you don't blitz running rookies, not as much as you will want, because you will give them lanes if you don't contain. You will give him lanes, and he's the type that's going to run 50, 60 yards on it. He not sliding. He not sliding. He's going to run right by your whole squad. So you got to put a body on him. Keep a spy out there. You're going to see a lot of Jalen and maybe even LVE. Maybe that's what they're going to do with him. They're going to spy a little bit more with him. But I think that's what they'll do. They'll use combinations of the two, and they'll disguise some coverages and disguise some blitzes out there and give him a hard time. I see Ian talking about you loving Alden Smith. Wish we had some David Irving. David Irving is reinstated. You know, fortunately for him, they keep talking about the Raiders when it comes to him. I don't think we're going to go back to that experiment again. I would love to have him though, personally. If he was playing high that whole time, then welcome back, bruh. Because if you could play that good high as hell, just like Percy Harvin, you know, if you could play that good high, or even though Percy Harvin probably shouldn't have smoked because he wasn't that great, but if you could play that good high, David Irvin, welcome back. Come on. Randy Gregory too. Maybe Randy never peaked either. So maybe Randy shouldn't have been smoking. But David Irvin was balling, smoking and all. So if that's how he gonna play smoking, let's get it, man. Let's get it. Cause I like what we had in David Irving. I just don't think that the Cowboys are going to revisit that. Isaac, you said, what do I think the final score would be? I think we're going to have, if we play time of possession, that means it's going to limit the amount of times we get the ball. And if we're not pushing the ball the way we've been pushing the ball because we've been down, we've been trying to stretch games out because we were down. So when you're stretching games out, you're throwing the ball a lot more and you're scoring a lot more because you have to. I don't think that the 30 mark is a necessity if we play ball control. I mean, and if we run the ball the way we were with Garrett, well, really, it didn't come from Garrett; it came from Parcells. But that Parcells ball that we kind of got away from with Kellen Moore coming in is what we need to get back to. Meaning ball control offense. Meaning, you know, we used to have time of possession over all of our opponents. We just didn't have much aggression in those key moments in the game, like third downs and short yardage. We were inconsistent. You know, we would run the ball on 3rd and 1 sometimes. Sometimes we throw it. Sometimes we wouldn't do shit, you know. So it's like some of the play calling now is even like that, but it's a little too cute. I think Kellen, when he gets inside the 30, gets too pretty. But if we can play physical smash mouth football today, which I think we should play, then I think it'll be somewhere around, 28-17, somewhere in there, 31-17, somewhere in there. If we're down, who knows? It might be a shootout. If we're down early, it depends on how the first quarter goes, to be honest with you. If we're up early and you can give Kyler Murray a one-dimensional field, meaning he got to press. I mean, he's gonna be running. He's gonna try to do everything he can do to get back in the game. I mean, he's gonna bring his full game out. They're not gonna be patient with him if he's down, and if he's pushing. I like Kyler Murray when he's pressing because he's gonna make mistakes. So hopefully we're up after the first quarter, and then the game will go exactly how I think it would go, meaning like 28-17, somewhere in there. Arizona, they're not world beaters. They are feast or famine. That's what they are. They've been a lot of feasts lately because a lot of teams are trying to get their shit together. A lot of teams trying to get their shit together, and then they were playing teams like the Jets, who, what are the Jets? We don't know. The thing they've been for the last couple years, zero offense and smash mouth punch you in the face defense. They still that. So they beat them, but not easily. Carolina, what's their identity right now? No one knows. They're not defined yet. You know what I mean? So, and they're banged up a little bit too. So, and then they just lost Luke Kuechly. They don't have Cam anymore. Obviously, that's not their identity, and they don't have the same coach either. So they're trying to rediscover themselves. Rivera's not over there no more. So you have a lot of that. Arizona took advantage of a lot of that. So they beat Carolina, I believe, and they beat I believe they beat Carolina. I'm not sure, but either way, you could see the games that they had trouble. And I don't know their record. I know they're 3-2. I don't know what the two teams that beat them are. I just watched it on film. I didn't really care about the scores, but I watched what teams they had trouble with, and the Jets were one, and the Lions were another. The Lions were able to really wreak havoc on them because of the fact that Petrucci is a defensive mastermind. You're not going to come in there and destroy him um, as a um, as a rookie, because the New England Patriots were always good with him against rookie quarterbacks or young quarterbacks, because he just knows how to confuse guys. So if you want to understand how to switch things up, I think Mike Nolan could watch a little bit of that Lions game and get an understanding as to what gives Kyler Murray trouble. And what gave him trouble that entire game was literally just getting your hands in his face. That's it. That's all they were doing. They weren't even really sacking him all crazy. It's just get your hands up, get in his face. He's still gonna throw the ball, which is crazy. He don't have to see you. If you put your hands in his face, he will step on his back foot and launch the ball over your head at the last thing he looked at. So wherever you were as a receiver, it's amazing that sometimes he even completes these passes, because wherever you were the last time he saw you is where he's throwing or how he's throwing based off of that, because he can't see you by the time he launches the ball most times when you have somebody in his face. He can't, but he'll still launch those balls out there. I think against the Redskins he did it. Apke gave up a big one to Kirk, I think, but I don't even think it was Kirk. I think it was D Hop. But it's just the fact that if you lose sight of, he loses sight of where he's throwing the ball and still launch that shit out there. So that's a little different, man. That's a little different. So I think that's what we're gonna see today. I'm not I'm never really scared of no team. So you can't really ask me. You can call me an optimist if you want, but that's just the way I think. People bleed just like us, and just like people are watching us saying this is what you're gonna do to the Cowboys. It's just they do a little bit more because there's always a media narrative to kind of play into whatever you're feeling with that. But it looks somebody saying go Niners. I don't even know. That's irrelevant. But you know, I'm just not. I don't back down from any of our opponents, and I don't give them too much credit, because you have to look at it like you would look at anything else. You got to get up and play just like they do. So how I'm more interested in the how you would play this team rather than do you have a shot? I don't wake up with the we ain't got a chance in hell, bruh. I don't think like that. It's like if you want a chance, this is what you got to do. It's the same thing with boxing. Like I'm the same way. There's no you can't beat this guy. It's like look, if you want to beat this guy, this is what you better do. This is what you better do. So the defense, like you said, the defense does have to step up. The defense needs to be a little more composed. Show that they have actual poise. You know, because you can't over pursue this guy because he'll kill you. Murray will put up. If Murray's able to run, it's over. It's over. If he can run, it's over. Asmodeus, thank you for the 10. he said he said AKOYE is still afraid of my name. Oh, I ain't afraid of it. Oh, not at all. No, I know what your name mean. I ain't scared of that shit. I just know what it mean. I never was shook about it. If I know what I mean, that means I done read up on it. I just don't talk about it on. This is a football channel, so I ain't gonna talk about everything you talking about. But some metaphysical talk. You want to rap with me, man? I'll blow your mind. I would. I ain't scared of that shit though. But I just understood it. All y'all got some crazy names. I think I got the fan group that actually is in the metaphysics and esoteric jargon, right? Or information, but also loves football too. Because that's the way I am, and that's the way most of you are. Like I look at your names and be like Quest Elohim. You know what I'm saying? Quest for God. Like all y'all got some crazy names. So, I get it. I get it. But like I said, that's my opinion in regards to what's gonna happen tonight. I think you're gonna see some guys flying around. Now, there is a factor that we haven't discussed that I think does play heavily into the way we play tonight, and not only tonight, but the rest of the year in general. Is Dak. Dak being out, it scares some people. It scares the shit out of me because I'm an empath. I could feel everything. So when I saw that, I could feel it. Like, damn, that shit hurt me. It probably hurt me more than it hurt him as far as like my imagination, because he feels it, so he felt it and he know, all right, it ain't that bad. He wasn't even crying at first because it wasn't crying from pain. He was crying because of his emotional side of it. But when I look at it, every time I see it, it's just like it burns a tattoo in my mind because that shit looked like it hurt. But so it scares some players. You might see some players, that think of it and they play tentative because they don't want that type of injury. Because we had Tristan go down too, and we don't even mention the fact that Tristan went down that game. But I think more so, people are going to do exactly what you guys are doing right now, man. right now. They're gonna look at how powerful that is. I ain't say do that shit. Who said that? Ian said it. Ian said put up 4. Everybody putting up 4, and that's respectful. So that's the same effect I think you're gonna see tonight, and maybe we can carry that energy throughout the rest of the year. Let's do this one for the Gipper. You know what I'm saying? So maybe this helps us, believe it or not. I think it helps Dak too. Him being injured, I think it helps him a lot. People don't really pay attention to why, and I didn't either. My initial reaction was like, "Oh, they're gonna try to fuck him out of his money," and maybe they still do. But now Dak gets to put a button in it. He didn't really get to finish the season, so now people can't say what he is or isn't, what he can and can't do, because they're saying like, look, last time Dak was out there, he was rocking and rolling. So if he enters the free agency after rocking and rolling, after an injury, then he's on the open market, and he only needs, like I said, 1 or 2 teams to be like, hey, we want to take a shot on Dak, to put Dallas in a position to have to pay him anyway. So he might get paid anyway, based off that. Period. You know what I'm saying? Or the Cowboys just say, hey, look, man, we saw enough. That was as much as we were going to see. Are you going to go out and draft a quarterback when you got a quarterback like that? No, you're not going to do that. I don't think you do, unless he comes back and shows some sort of, decline, which I don't think you'll see, because Dak has proven, even against me, he's proven himself to be a hard worker. He gonna grind. Even when you grinding him up, he don't back down. I like that. I like that. So I think Dak's actually in a good position, strangely enough, because of this injury, man. Y'all see 222 up there, for those of y'all who know what that is. Also hit the like button, man. I still got 79 likes. Hit some more. It's 200 of y'all in here. He said passing for 500 a game. What you mean? Let me go back. Yeah, he said he was the number 4 QB in the league. I mean, who knows where he would shake up at the end of the season? He would have done something more than what he did, of course, of course. But I don't think that was Dak's best play. I really don't. I think Dak has an opportunity to be a lot better than what you think he is. Like 500 yards a game and touchdowns, that's not what it is. I don't think he gives a fuck about that either. I think he was doing what he needed to do to get his money. That's what he got to do to get his money. That's what he thought he had to do to get his money. Prove that he can hit on all those. I think Dak has like a checklist of shit that he wants to accomplish, and that he feels like this is what makes a good quarterback, and he just checks those shits off, right? That's fine. But there's only one column that matters, and that's the W's, right? And he's not he's still young, so he's not at that point where it's like, that the stats, I'm not worried about that. I just know how to win games. He's not in that, in that place yet. And I think he'll get there because he's understanding he doesn't have to press. The team is Romo got there eventually. Romo used press too and try to do everything in his young career. A lot of quarterbacks do that. And I think as he gets older and now he's getting there, he's going to understand that it's a team sport. Everything around you is what makes you better. So sometimes being the best might just mean turn around and hand it off to Edgerrin James. You know what I'm saying? That's what Peyton had to do sometimes. Sometimes it's an Edgerrin James call. Even if you see something, like I see Reggie, I see something out here I can take advantage of, but I'm gonna turn around and hand it off anyway. You know why? Because I decided before the game that when I see this look, this is the best option for this look. Not I know what I said, but I'm gonna still take the shot. Dak will do that, or I know I should just take this sack. Sometimes Peyton Manning, you get to him, Peyton Manning fucking lay the fuck down, man. Even though he still broke his neck, he just lay down. I'm not saying you got to beat Peyton, but he would just lay down. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because he like, shit, y'all got me on this one. I'm going to just sit down. You know what I mean? And that's important. Most quarterbacks don't got that. Tom Brady will lay his ass down if he has to, or he will take the sack if he has to. Dak will try to flick it out there just like Brett Favre used to. So when we got what you call gunslingers out here, still got those guys out here. But Pat Mahomes is a gunslinger. He's a gunslinger. Dak, I don't think he has to be. Can he be? He tries, but I think a lot of those turnovers were him pressing. Some of it was the offensive line, but the one against Atlanta where he tries to fling the ball out there, a couple of them were just like, you're doing a little too much on that one. And I don't think we'll get that version of Dak because of this injury. I think Dak will come back like, man, I'm not doing this shit again. No, I'm not doing that again. I'm not pressing. Nah, we ain't doing that. I got to play because he understands the value of him. No matter what you can do is putting yourself in position to be available to do it week in, week out. And I think the hubris that we all succumb to because we're people, Before I got robbed, and before I got robbed, I was like, man, can't nobody fuck with me. I box. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna walk up and take stuff from me? I used to always say that because that's hubris, it's youth. You think you're invincible when you're young. You think you're invincible. Nothing can happen to you. Shit happened to bad guys too. Shit happened to tough guys too. You know what I'm saying? I never heard a prerequisite that says you got to be afraid to get your ass kicked. No, you can get your ass kicked and be confident as hell. See what I'm saying? So there's no prerequisite that says you have to be timid to get beat the fuck up. So it's the same thing to get injured. You don't have to believe you're going to get injured. That helps if you're tentative, but you don't have to believe you're going to get injured to get injured. I think a lot of the things that he was doing is because he hadn't been hurt. He was available every week. So he was Iron Man. You know what I mean? He'd run you over. They say he on the injury list, his shoulder a little tight. He come back next week playing like it nothing happened to him. So that was happening so much, and he was trucking so many defensive backs and so many players. He even trucked a few linebackers. I seen him truck Brown from Washington, number 53. I actually put it in the highlight. I watched it so many times. That's why I know he did it. But he'll truck linebackers. He'll truck anybody. He uses himself as a fucking human missile against the Eagles. Remember that play on the sideline? Malcolm Jenkins was ready to hit him on the going into the end zone. Dak just launched himself from like the 4-yard line as a missile into the fucking into the end zone. It wasn't shit you was doing to stop that. You was gonna get hurt trying to stop it. See what I'm saying? So I don't think you're gonna see that Dak as often, as often when he comes back. That's just what I think, and I would hope that I'm right because I feel like if I am, we're gonna get the longevity and the poise that we wanted out of Dak. We want him to do what he can do, but pick his shots to do it when he should do it. So, you know, that I think would make for a better Dak Prescott, which he said he will be when he comes back. I really believe that. I really believe that because naturally, just like Jalen, you see Jalen kind of shy away from certain things because he doesn't want to get re-injured. I think you'll see Dak kind of step away from certain actions because why would you keep doing that? You know what I'm saying? We all love Jimmy Garoppolo did it last night. He ran and he trucked somebody, right? But if he got a concussion, they'd have said, well, why the hell is your $100 million ass trucking linebackers? Like, sit your ass down, bro. Slide. Michael Vick. Remember Michael Vick broke his ankle against the Ravens in preseason? They snapped that shit. Why you think that happened? Because he don't slide. He don't slide. You know what I mean? All of them have had this happen to them. All the mobile quarterbacks who also can throw have had this happen. Donovan McNabb, happened to him. I think McNair. I think it happened to McNair. They all get some. Well, you already know RG3. We know that 100%. I just said all those that can throw. I'd say RG3 is a lot like Kyler Murray, where their gift is really a lot like Lamar Jackson. Their legs are their gift, and if they don't have them, I don't think RG3 is getting back and dropping back 50 times a game and killing anybody. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think that ever was going to happen. So, unfortunately for him, a lot of his game had to do with his legs, but I don't think he was ever going to be like a Russell Wilson type who can use his legs to buy time, but not going to take off. Like he going to take off. That's just the way RG3 is, and I think that's the way Kyler Murray is too, which is a gift and a curse. It makes for fun football. It just doesn't make for longevity unless he can calm that down. You have to calm that down. If you ever seen a real football player in real life, like I mean a defensive lineman in real life, I don't think people pay attention because it's so many average size people walking around here. You don't think about how big these dudes are and fast. You don't think about that because you're like, hey man, I'm 5'9", 230. To people that walk near me, they think I'm big, like I'm a stocky guy, but I'm not big. I'm a little dude. That's little. That's little as shit. That's a running back in the league. That's nothing. That's not big at all. You know what I'm saying? You got dudes that's 6'6", 250, and only got like 3% body fat on them and run the same 4.4 that you run, maybe faster than you. See what I'm saying? Craziness, bro. No. That's not some shit you want to run at over and over and over again. Nah, bro. You can't do that. You can't do that. Can't do that. So longevity, I think we'll see longevity out of guys who understand how to calm that down. But if Kyler Murray want to be, the Kyler Murray that we see today, and you think you're going to play 10 years like that, I don't think so. I just don't. I don't think so. Because you got guys out here who can't wait for you to run. I remember Greg Lloyd said, when he was a kid, people would send their kids to play football against him. And they like cheering for their kids, like, yeah, go little Timmy. And he like, man, you don't even understand. I'm gonna fuck Timmy up when I see him. You know what I mean? Greg Lloyd was one of my favorite linebackers, but he used to talk shit like crazy. And it was like, yo, it's dudes out here that's waiting for you to run. They want to kill you, bro. There's dudes out here that'll play dirty just because they can. They don't care. They'll take the penalty just to break you. And that's real. They don't talk about that. But just like you got cops, some military men who joined because they want to kill some shit. They ain't just joined because they want to protect. Some dudes like playing football and they just enjoy the game. Some people, you're happy they playing football because they not running around here killing your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because they 6'6", 320 pounds of anger and they ready to fuck something up with it. So stop running, man. Sit your ass down, man. Sit down. Sit down. That's how I feel. That's really how I feel. I'll tell my quarterback the same thing, man. I say Diggs or Cheeto. It depends on what you ask him to do. If you ask him for straight up coverage, it's Diggs all day. If you asking him to be a playmaker, though, I think Cheeto's a better playmaker. I just think he's been out of position to make those plays, man. He has. I just really do believe that. But I like Diggs. I think Diggs is overall the better corner, though, if you give him time to develop into who he needs to be. And he's going to get nothing but that action because they not going at nobody else but him all year. Everybody's going after Diggs because they feel like they can. And that window is closing to me. I feel like he's getting, because there's communication on the defense now, I feel like you're going to get a better Diggs because although he will be singled up more than anybody else, it'll him understanding what he's supposed to be doing and where his help is consistently will make it so that everybody else can play a little bit more free, because they know Diggs got that over there. He got that, So I think Diggs is the better corner, but I think Cheeto is the better defensive back. You know what I'm saying? You can't move Diggs anywhere else. You could try, but I think he would be out of position. Cheeto, it don't matter where you put him. You could put him in a nickel. He's going to play okay. You could put him outside. He's going to play okay. You put him at safety. He's going to play okay. So that's a dude that's like a C- to a B+, depending on what Sunday it is at any given position on any given Sunday. Whereas Diggs, I think, is just a solid B right now, solid B corner. Like, you know what I mean? And he will develop into an A grade player, hopefully, in the next couple of years. And the reason I say he's not an A player because he's not making plays. He's being there. He's getting there. He's looking good. He's flashing, but he's not finishing. And when he starts finishing, he'll be that A player that we think he can be. I think. But yeah, that's how we look. I like as far as safeties go, I like what I saw out of Parker. I watched a lot of Parker. I watched my young boy Wilson. I think Wilson deserves to stay in there. I'm glad they didn't rotate him out. They kept him in and was rotating, Woods and Parker and Thompson mostly. Thompson is more of a guy, like I think he plays a lot like a just one half of Heath. He can't play over the top like Heath could, but he gives us what we wanted near the line of scrimmage, which is a good run stuffing guy who kind of has good gap integrity and good against run, good run fits. That's what he is. He's good against the run, okay, versus the pass. If it's like he has an assignment, meaning he playing man, he's all right. He all right. You ain't gonna put him in man against a receiver anyway, but he's okay. And man against a tight end and so on, he's all right. But you don't want him over the top, and he gets caught looking in the backfield when he playing single high because he really want to be in the backfield. So he's waiting to kind of charge down there, and that's how we got caught against Seattle and other teams. Like you got a guy that's playing single high but not thinking, back to front. He's thinking front to back. You can't do that. You can't think front to back playing single high. And then you have another guy in Woods who is only front, who's really supposed to be playing back, but he plays the robber and wants to bite on everything crossing in front of him. So it's not that they're bad safeties. It's just that putting them in single high position where their job is to make sure it gets behind them. They are not high. They are not Ed Reed type guys where they don't care about getting into no action. They're not like Deion. You need a guy that plays only single high. You need a guy that don't want to get in the mix anyway. He want to be back here. He waiting for a ball to come deep. Like an Apke type guy or I can't even say Earl Thomas because Earl Thomas do want some action, but he knows his responsibility is to keep the lid on the defense. Don't let nobody blow the lid off of. And both those guys will let you do that. One, because he wants to play the run, and Woods doesn't want to play the run, but he wants to play all those in-breaking routes. So he likes to bite on everything underneath him. And if you look him there, he will go. He will bite. And then you singled up outside. So that was the problem with both those guys. I don't see that out of Wilson. Wilson, if you ask him to play back, he playing back. If you tell him to play in the box, he coming, and he will bang you the fuck up down there. So Wilson, I like overall as a better safety. And then you have guys like like Worley, who I think gives us versatility if you played him at safety because he can man up good enough for you to say, play a tight end, play the slot. Or we're in our base coverage. We don't want to bring another safety out here, or we don't want to bring another defensive back out here. We want to keep our front seven stout as it is because they might run the ball. So you play the slot. You playing man in the slot now. And we just gonna have one single high safety helping out, this side of the field. And hey, Diggs over there, you by yourself. You know what I'm saying? We can do that with Worley. Can't really do that with Woods or Thompson out there because I don't want Woods manning up no more, and I don't want Thompson doing it either. But with Wilson playing single high, which he will do, and Worley out there, I think you have a better combination with that, and maybe even Parker. I like the way Parker was moving out there. He's fast and he will hit you, and that's something that him and Wilson will do. And Worley, they all hit you, and they're all pretty fast. So fast enough. So I think that bodes well for the secondary. I don't think we have a horrible secondary. I think we have the wrong rotation at secondary. At safety. I really do. And I think we banged up a little bit because when Cheeto's in there, it gives you more versatility. You won't see Worley as much on the outside. You'll see Worley playing where I want him at safety. And then Worley's not a problem. Y'all keep saying, God, Worley. I don't get that shit either. I really don't. I really don't get the hatred for Worley. Everybody hate Worley. Like Worley been getting beat, but they love the kids that get beat. Y'all got to change that. You got to change that, man. Y'all love average motherfuckers. Are people that's getting beat all crazy. Y'all love them to death. I don't hear, oh, God, Jordan Lewis. Because if you really look at the games, Jordan Lewis is playing the way that you would think people are talking about Worley. He's playing in a way you would think people would talk about Worley, the way he's playing. Worley not making half the mistakes that Jordan's making every fucking week. That's Jordan doing that. But you don't hear that about Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Or you be like, hey, well, when's Cheeto coming back, right? Cheeto get beat just as much as Trayvon Diggs. Or they be like, Diggs is great and Cheeto bad, or Anthony Brown bad because he just missed a play, but Cheeto cool and he just missed a play. Or it's just weird. Y'all inconsistent with that. Real inconsistent because for real, man, I'm not even making this shit up. And now it's not a good thing. It's not good that I have to say it, but for real, Worley is better than all of them this year. For real. If you look at who's giving up plays, it ain't Worley. He give up some plays underneath him. You might get a slant here. You might see a slant there, slant there. That's all you're doing to that bull is slanting him. That's it. You ain't seen nobody get behind him that executed anyway. I've seen people get behind him on film, but not a caught ball behind him. None. Zero. Because he know he ain't fast anyway. So when he sees somebody fast, he play off. You're not getting over the top. Now you might see some soft coverage underneath him. Yeah, he gonna come down and hit you though. But Jordan, I think he got like 4 or 5 pass interferences this year. Maybe 4. I don't know. He gave up some touchdowns too. You see Woods playing like a nut against the run. You know what I mean? But I don't hear nobody saying, oh my God, Woods, shaking my head. Woods. Whenever I say Worley name, though, y'all be ready to get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? Peace, JPG. See you, bruh. All right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, guy head out. Peace. But y'all get what it is, man. Y'all get what it is. So I don't feel that. Jordan Lewis ain't let me down already, Red. I just think that, it's just inconsistent with the way people talk about Jordan versus or anybody in the secondary versus who they like. Like, y'all did the same thing to Heath. Y'all complained about Heath the most. Heath was our best defensive back right now anyway. Not by far, but he was our best overall defensive back. He'll hit you. He can cover. He can do his coverage assignments, and he was dedicated to the team. And people hated this dude. I'm like, why do you hate? Why y'all hate? I don't get that shit. That's just crazy to me. Thoughts on Anthony Brown? I've always thought that Anthony Brown was an underachiever. I like Anthony Brown. I liked him his first year where he just played tenacious. I think he played more aggressive. Anthony Brown playing aggressive, playing in the nickel, I don't like so much. I like him on the outside, and I like him playing aggressive, for real. So I like the fact that he's actually playing outside right now. Regardless of his height, I think that's where him and Jordan should both play outside. In the slot, there's too much responsibility. Like, you got, run fits. I think Anthony's a better tackler out of the two. I think he can hit. I think he's tenacious. But I think teams kind of know what they can do against him in the slot because they got so much film and footage of him doing it. I would like to see somebody else play nickel. period, out of both him and Woods. I mean, Lewis. I think Lewis should be playing outside too. I do, but unfortunately, everybody can't play everywhere. So where you gonna put him? You said Jalen shouldn't spy Kyler at all. He gonna spy Kyler. You can spy him. You just got to go get him. You gotta go get him. That's all. Uh, no, no, I don't say that. We're going back to the predictable offense because Andy's a bum. I'm not saying that. I'm thinking we're going back to the predictable offense, meaning a smash mouth offense, because it actually opens up uh, the game a little bit better. It makes your defense get an opportunity to rest, and you can assess what's happening to you. So, and tire the other team out. I think that's why you'll see it, not because Andy's only a game manager. Also, he's not, but he ain't, he ain't no Joe Montana either, though. So don't play that game. Let's not play that game like he's that. But he is good. Andy Dalton is a good quarterback, and who can't be good with all these weapons? We got 5 receivers that can ball, 2 running backs that can ball, and I like our tight ends. So, only thing we have up front that we don't like is our front, our line. That's it. So he going to play well regardless. I mean, that's just goes without saying. But I don't think they're going to ask him to do as much. And it's the lack of insurance behind him, because you don't want Andy going down. Because then what? Then it's really over. You know what I mean? So I think that's why you're going to see a little bit. Can y'all stop Arizona running game? Yeah. Yeah, I think we can. I think the way to stop the run is the way anybody stops the run. Because if you run, when you see teams run 40 times, why are they running 40 times? That's one thing that people never pay into. The teams that are running, I know you wasn't talking about me, Nick. I'm just saying it anyway, but I know you wasn't talking to me. But I get that narrative though, because people do say it. But no, I know you weren't talking to me. I was just answering it because I saw you say it. But when a team runs 40 times, man, why are they running 40 times in the game? You think they just decided, oh, we down, we still gonna run the ball? No, they was up. That's why they running the ball. So if Arizona's up, no, you ain't gonna stop the run because they never gonna stop running. But if we can get up early, yeah, that's how you stop the run. Make teams have to pass, and then they won't run. That's how you stop it. So if we can score early and run the ball and squeeze the time, use the time clock against our opponents, oh yeah, they'll stop the run because they won't need to run in the second half because they can't, because they'll need to stay in the game. You can't stay in the game if you're running your own clock out. So that's how you stop the run, bro. It's not just smash. Now some teams are optical illusions, like we were during Rashard's era. We had a good ranking defense, but we knew, well, you leave this defense on the field, they're gonna shit the bed, bro. We knew that. But the stats look different because we were playing ball control and we were kind of hiding those guys, right? So you got that type of defense. You got some defense who stop the run because their offense is helping them out by scoring a lot, and they great pass rushers. They all getting money for sacks because they're always up. So the White Freeneys and the Rasheen, whatever, Mathis, those types of guys who always getting sacks and they're always leading in the sack category. Why? Because their team is always up. So of course they get to fire off the ball one predictably, right? One dimensionally. But there's other teams though, like Pittsburgh traditionally, Baltimore. There's a few teams that they gonna stop the run regardless. You not running the ball, even if you ran 40 times, ain't shit happening. Are we that? No, no. But it ain't too many of those in the league, period. So I ain't worried about that. All right. Let me see what else y'all talking about. You help Andy by tightening up on defense. That's true, Rue. But you help the defense by tightening up and slowing down the offense too. So everything works hand in hand. The special teams helps the team by giving you good field position and putting the defense or the opposing offense in bad field position. All these things help out a team. They all help you pin a team back. When you're making dumb mistakes, you really can't do much on either side of the ball because that just breaks down the integrity and the morale of your team. When you're turning the ball over in your own territory, it's not all Dak's fault. It's not all Zeke's fault either. Well, I put more weight on Zeke's fumbles in our own territory than Dak's, and that's because the only thing you can do is hand the ball off, bro. And if you're gonna hand the ball off and you're still gonna drop the shit, knowing that you've been dropping the shit, then hey, come on, man. Your only job, you don't got no interceptions to worry about. Your only job is to hold the ball, however you can. I don't care how good a running back you is. If you can't hold the ball, you're not a good running back, right? So when it comes to Zeke, I give him more pressure in our side of the field for dropping those, fumbling those pass or those balls early on than anything else. Because if you want us to run the ball more, you gotta make that evidently apparent when you get the ball. You know what I mean? But I saw some reverses in the Seattle game in our own side of the field. I see a lot of dumb, poorly executed screen passes, a lot of misdirection that's like for no reason. So some of those things play into why um, we don't perform well early in games either. Like I think sometimes we're just doing too much. You know, you might want to get pretty later, but sometimes we're just doing too much. You know, you just punch these guys in the mouth, just come out and just pound the ball out early on and show like even if we're not getting anywhere on these drives, let's inflict some pain. And if we're doing that, I think we win. I think we win. I think we're a physical team that forgot that it was physical. Zeke will show you that. Dak was the most physical quarterback in the league. Period. I don't know. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger will truck you, but he kind of old and long in the tooth now. He ain't trying to truck shit. But Dak will run you over. You know, it's not that many quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson, you might say, is physical because he takes more of a beating than any other quarterback because he runs all the time. But even him, he running out of bounds or he's so hard to touch. He don't got to run you over. You don't get blown up. You know, Josh Allen, I give him that. Josh Allen kind of physical too. Yeah, I'll give you that. But yeah, it's just yeah, man. You right, Alex. Yeah, yeah. Any defense gonna look bad with 11 turnovers. That's what I was saying. Like you can't just say the defense is trash because the points that they put up against us. There's no other teams that have to deal with that. And if we do this the right way, I think we win tonight. I'm excited about tonight. I would put money on tonight if I didn't lose money yesterday. But I would put some bread on tonight. I ain't doing it. I don't feel like that. But y'all feel me, man. Oh yeah, that Josh Norman play it was crazy with Dak ran him over. Josh Norman just got a habit of getting manhandled because he a corner though. You know, I think when they looked at Derrick Henry stiff arm, I'm like, well, what the hell Derrick Henry supposed to do to Josh Norman if he stiff arm him? He's supposed to throw his little ass somewhere. If you not throwing, if Josh Norman would have rocked Derrick Henry, like what the hell going on in the world? You ain't supposed to get hit by him. So it's no way he had a shot anyway. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had no shot at that play. It's like that's supposed to happen. That's like saying, you know, you dunked on a 4 foot tall young boy, like a 12-year-old. Like, okay, you know, he's supposed to get dunked on. You know, he's supposed to get dunked on. A corner's supposed to get trucked by Derrick Henry. Maybe not by Dak. I like the fact that Dak trucked him because he was talking shit. It had nothing to do with him being a hitter. It's just like, oh, you talking shit, I'm gonna punch you in your mouth. I like that out of Dak. It wasn't like I didn't think Dak could truck Josh Norman. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel you. Henry ain't punky, man. That was normal, man. That's normal. He's supposed to get thrown. That's like saying Floyd got knocked out by Mike Tyson. So, so what? You ain't lose no credit for me for that because you ain't supposed to be the hell fighting him anyway. See what I'm saying? Roy Jones. If Roy Jones get knocked out by Mike Tyson next month, it's like, why the hell would you doing that, Roy? I don't know what Roy doing, man. I don't know what Roy doing. You need to sit down. I wouldn't fight that dude. I would fight him, but I wouldn't fight him if I was Roy. But if you paid me, I'd fight Tyson right now. Like I fight Tyson for 50,000. You ain't got to give me a million. I fight it for 50 because that'll be it. All right, cool. I'll fight it for 50 right now. You can say I said it. I don't mind it. And I know what's gonna happen. Yeah, I know what's gonna happen. I don't care. I'll still take that 50 grand and I'll wake up the next day, you know, trying to figure out what Gucci belt I'm about to buy because you know I'm gonna give it all back. So I'm not only playing. I won't give it all back, but I will fight him for 50. He said 100K. No, 100K, 100K, yeah, 100K. There you go. Yeah. You could be my agent then, Kim Rock. Yeah, go ahead. You go negotiate for me, man. Yeah. Let me see. You said, but AB returning for a TVD. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Last week, we didn't get that credit either. Last week, the defense actually was the reason we won. We won by 3 points. If they don't score that touchdown there, you know, maybe we score anyway. But if they don't turn the ball over there, put it that way, we lose that game anyway. So yeah, you gotta give them credit for that. You said you spending 1/3 of that 500K getting your jaw retouched. Oh hell no, I won't. You get your jaw broke when you don't know what you're doing, man. Put your mouthpiece in, keep your teeth clenched, and make sure you don't. I'm not going in there trying to go 12 rounds with no Mike Tyson, man. Make sure, listen, you get rocked, sit your ass down, bro. I'm not sitting. I ain't Rocky. He hit me good. I'm going to sleep. I'm gonna lay my ass down. I'm sorry. And this is all. So it won't be no broken jaws because I won't be in there long enough to get my jaw broke. You know what I'm saying? You crazy. What you trying to see from LVE tonight? Um, if you want to pay attention to LVE, pay attention to broadcast, but make sure you watch the film afterward. Watch the all 22 film afterward. But if you want to pay attention to LVE, what I would say is a success. Pay attention when he's in, if they screen at him or if they run right at him, because they usually do that when he's in the game. So watch how he takes on blocks. If he's taking them on and getting rid of his guy and getting there, even if it's arm tackles, I don't care. You don't got to be physical when it comes to the way he hits. But if he's getting there and kind of shedding guys, I would like that. If he doesn't, then if he's not able to, then I don't know. Elon Jet, sorry, bro, I missed that, John. He said, "Hey, bro, I'm in the chat late. What do you think? But do you think up front on defense we're getting pushed around due to a lack of talent or effort?" I wouldn't say we're getting pushed around, bro. It's really not that. That's not what's happening. Um, we're making mistakes, or we're living out ghosts or old habits. Like we don't set the edge correctly. So teams aren't running up the, I mean, you can see them. They run up the middle some, but teams aren't killing us up the gut. Where they're killing us is on the edges, like off tackle. And that off tackle is like, for a running back, that's like an option play too, because you can go inside the tackle or outside, depending on what shoulder the defensive end is shading. And when we have defensive ends who want to crash inside, you lose and contain. You're giving that guy an edge to just accelerate. He could just accelerate. There's no way your linebackers are going to constantly beat a running back to the edge. That's what they're designed for. So this defense is predicated on funneling everything to Dontari Poe and those two linebackers. They're playing like a triangle defense, and the job is for those defensive ends to stay there, be more patient. Like Alden is patient. That's why he's playing better in this system than anybody else, because Alden's pass rush is patience. He gets there late, but he knows it's coming to him. These other guys are used to stunting. They got to get upfield and go get it. Tristan included, but Tristan plays better in a patient scheme. Tristan we didn't like so much when he was getting upfield. D-Law is a guy that has to get upfield and move around and try to chase it. That's why they use D-Law as the guy to kind of rally guys towards Alden. That's why Alden has the sacks. D-Law is running around like Randy used to and running everything into the pocket, pressing them up in the pocket so that those other guys can get those sacks. And D-Law just looks like he got a lot of pressures, which he does. If we were running it opposite, where we were crashing into the B, and you force slow quarterbacks to step back, you want fast quarterbacks to step up. You see what I'm saying? So you can engulf them. So we've been playing guys who can move around a little bit. Jones can move. He just had like a 40-yard run last night. Wilson can move. So we play guys who can move, who are versatile guys. The guys who stay in the pocket, I don't think we'll have. I think D-Law will get sacks against guys who kind of are stationary guys. He can, because he's rushing to the spot fast as hell. It's just that the quarterbacks we've been up against have been able to get away from him. But when they're trying to get away from him, they're running into Alden, because Alden is his style is more patience than explosiveness. He's patient, and he knows how to get rid of his man when he needs to, and he takes pretty good angles to the quarterback. But I don't think we have any problems with our pass rush or our run game. I think our issues are both against the run and the pass. Our defensive ends have to learn how to play in this scheme, and it's taking them some time. I think that's really what's happening. When you watch the film, look at Everson Griffith. Everson Griffith he didn't just fall off a fucking cliff. He was good last year. Good a year before that. Good a year before that. He ain't fall off a cliff. It's just that he's asked to do something that's out of his character. And if you're going to ask him to do that, you should move him inside, I think, to 3-4 defensive end or 3 tech. If you're going to ask him to play patiently, put him in there. Then he's not asked to keep contained or any of that. That's not what he do. He is strong, disruptive guy. D-Law, same thing. He's a disruptive, explosive guy. He's not he's not patient. Patience ain't in his repertoire. He's not patient. So I think that's what you're saying. We losing contain, trying to play hero ball, and it's making the defense look bad as a whole, when really they're not running everything up the middle because we're not making them do that. Last week we did that against against Atlanta we did too. We made them run up the gut a little bit more than they wanted to, and they weren't as effective because of that. You giving them edges though. Now the defense is too honest, because they don't know if you're going outside or inside. You got everybody breaking on play actions biting on play actions because they all think that they got to be in on the run, because they're not working it within their system. So everybody's trying to be that guy or that hero, or not, like Woods, who was stepping away from shit. So either or, it breaks down what the defense needs to be doing. So I don't think it's a problem with Us versus the run, I think, is the problem with the way we set the edges. Once we start doing that patiently, we're going to get more sacks, and we're going to stop the run consistently because Dontari Poe is playing well in the middle, man. People just not giving him credit because when you seen Dontari Poe chasing plays down from the back, he don't do that. If you run at him, he gonna be there. And today, right now, if you run at him, he gonna be there. If you are giving up the edge, ain't shit he can do about that. He ain't chasing that. He wasn't brought here to do that. Tristan wasn't doing that either. You know, that's not what they asked to do. That's not what you need them to do. You want the defensive ends to do what they're supposed to do so that those dudes can eat. Jalen will eat, Joe Thomas will eat, and those two tackles in the middle will eat if these defensive ends can play the way they're supposed to. Period. So that's just how I think, man. What I'm looking for from LVE is just the way he gets rid of guys, like you said. You asked me that, Rue, but the way he gets rid of guys, if he can, start getting those arms out in front of him and stop letting guys get into his big frame, I think he'll stop getting injured. And the way he goes down to tackle guys is just he doesn't tackle soundly because he's so big. He's a big kind of clumsy guy. So when he gets, I saw when he got hurt. When he gets hurt, it's because he's like falling in a weird way. Somebody like kneeing him in his neck, or he getting pancaked because he don't know where he at, and he falling the wrong way, or a guy falling on top of him. He get blown up a lot, or people get their body into him and blow him off the ball. And that's because he's a big fucking safety. He plays like a safety. He moves around very well. He understands where to be in coverage schemes. But minus those two things, I don't see linebacker other than his size. For a guy that's 6'5", 260, he's a real light in the ass when it comes to the way he takes on blockers and the way he gets moved. He should not be moved. He should not be moved. He's big as hell. Jalen doesn't have to be moved. He just is tentative when it comes to his leg. So sometimes he don't plant his foot. Joe plays like LVE is trying to play. Joe is small, so he can kind of slide up under you, just like Lee used to do. They kind of, I call it skiing. They'll dip under you. They'll dip their shoulder under a block or get underneath a block, and that blocker's flying over them or something, or just can't get a good body on them. So they're forcing holds or blocks in the back because of their shiftiness. LV, you're not a shifty dude. You big as shit. You're a refrigerator. He's as wide as a door. You're not shifty. He's not gonna slide under people, man. You shouldn't even try. Use those long ass arms and just stiff arm him and keep him out of your frame and just put your feet in the ground and he'll be fine. If he could do that, he could be a rap tackler. He don't gotta pop nobody. He ain't gotta kill nobody. Just stand up. That's all he gotta do. So a success for me today would be seeing a LVE who is standing from bell to bell, unless he's making the tackle. If he can stay on his feet and keep those blockers out of his frame, he's gonna elongate his career, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. Joshua, let me see. I missed that. Joshua Garza, appreciate that, man. Will Kane resigned MG and Michael Gallup and AS. Who is AS? After this, AS. Who the fuck is AS? Who is AS? I don't know who that is. Who that? Who AS? Come on, man. Who is AS? I'm not getting it. Is it AB? You mean? Who's AS? Oh, Alden Smith. My bad. He's new. they like Alden, man. What the fuck? Everybody screaming. I'm bad with names, man. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, who the fuck is AS? I was talking shit. What's up, Twine? What's up, Mega Twine, man? Yo, we got rap, man. Them dudes crazy over there, man. I need my break. But we got rap. But that man, the GOAT, let me see. Let me go back up. Do I think we could sign or re-sign? Do I think that we re-sign Michael Gallup and Alden Smith? I think we definitely re-sign Alden Smith. Why wouldn't you? You're going to get a good price out of him because Jerry likes to bring those types of guys. Like he brought Pac-Man back. He brought, I think, the other Tank. It was Tank. What the hell was his name? Tank something. But it was another Tank that was a defensive tackle that we bought in here. They both were troublemakers. You had Dez, who was already in trouble before he got in the league. You had T.O., you had Dion, who was a mouth almighty. You had Charles Haley, who was a troublemaker. You had Leon Lett, who was kind of crazy. Yeah, Irvin, so Jerry likes those types of guys who needed a second chance or somebody to really see some light in them. So I think we go after Alden Smith because those guys, the reason he likes them because he knows they're good players, they play hard, and they don't have any other thing else to do, man. And when you that guy that gave them the chance that nobody else would, you think that there'll be some sort of inherent loyalty, or underlying loyalty because of that. So maybe we get Alden Smith, but Michael Gallup gonna want what he want. I think Michael Gallup deserves a real contract, um, not a number two type of guy contract. Like, hey, this is what we got left type guy. I don't think he's a this is what we got left type of receiver. So how do you pay all three of these receivers? And you know we got CD Lamb who's gonna want his money in 3 years, 2 years. So I don't know, man. I think Michael Gallup wants to play here. I think Dak plays a lot of holds a lot of weight into that. But you got to decide. Like you got to decide. You can't keep them all. Can't keep them all. And I don't think Cooper going nowhere right now. So I don't know about Gallup. I really don't. I think the Cowboys always have been able to keep who they wanted to keep, though. So I think even if they have to figure out like a franchise situation, which I don't think anybody's going to be lining up to do after what happened to Dak. So I don't think that we lose them, but I really don't know how they go about keeping them right now. I don't know. They're gonna move some around though. Um, but yeah, it's a lot of other things we could lose other than that guy. I could do that. Let's see. You said how is Coop soft? Coop not soft. It's like I said, Coop is a Ferrari, man. A Ferrari ain't soft. It's a powerful car. It's not useful in all situations. You see what I'm saying? Coupe, you don't go get a Ferrari to pull another car. You don't go push another car with one either. You just race with it. That's it. That's all you do with it. You race and look good with it. That's it. That's what Cooper is for. So that's how I look at Coop. Gallup is your best overall receiver because he's gonna do everything. He a fighter. He gonna fight you. He's a good enough route runner. He's going across the middle. He'll take the hits. He'll go up over you. And you'll see some of the plays that Coop make too, where he runs some pretty routes and gets open, wide open. So Gallup is, I think, our best overall. Some of the things that Gallup does, you don't see Coop doing. And you could say you can keep making excuses for it all you want, but Coop ain't going across that middle, man. He sees something across the middle. He not doing that shit. He not doing it. He'll go over the top. He'll take the lid off, but he ain't going across the middle. Yeah, Koye, game changer. Jalen is still sideline to sideline. I think it's just nobody's sideline to sideline when you're not setting the edge. That's what I meant. Like if you're not setting the edge, it's not gonna happen. I think they're gonna have Jalen Spot Murray. I agree. I do. They going. Y'all mad about them calling Coop soft, man. Like I said, I don't think he's soft. I just think he's Coop. He ain't no more soft than LVE. I think LVE soft actually. But yeah, I don't think he's soft. I don't think Coop's soft though. Let's see. You said LV is big. Yeah, big dude, man. He like the super villain off every James Bond movie, man. A moving wall, man. How you getting thrown? Like imagine seeing a dude like that and then just throwing him on his ass. You be like, how the fuck is you this light in the ass, bro? You big as shit for no reason. That's what I think about LV. You big as hell and fast. That would be scary as hell. Like, yo, this dude is 260. They say 250, but you know he eating donuts during the season. He ain't getting on the scale every day of the week. You know what I mean? So he probably like 265 by mid-season. 265 running at you at a 4.5 and hit like a fucking turtle dove. Like, get out of here. I don't like that. He said Koye for decent defensive coordinator. Hey man, I'll take the job. I ain't saying I'll do good at it. We'll do good because I got one goal, man. Hurt everything over there. I'll be like Greg, what's his name? Greg Williams. I'll be like Greg Williams, man. He'll be like, it's a bounty out. Go break some shit. Now. Like go fuck something up, please. And thank you. No, you don't gotta do it dirty. We just looking to hurt you. But we ain't gotta do it dirty. But I want to hurt you. Period. That's how you do it. Inflict some pain. This the pain sport. I don't understand that either. Like, everybody want to be soft. And it's football. It's football, bro. We used to play tackle on concrete. You know, we wait for the snow most of the time, but we play tackle on concrete though. You know what I'm saying? This is football. This is football. What are you talking about? What is the likelihood of signing Michael Gallup and Alan Smith? You already asked me that. Garza asked me that already, but you asked me that under super chat. But thank you. Likelihood, I don't know. What do I want to do? I already told you. Let's see. Let's make a break for LVE. Break. Yeah, break. Let me get down to where y'all talking now, though. All right. Next person who say Justin Simmons go catch a he'll catch a fat timeout. Why the fuck would we trade for a safety who not putting up top safety numbers and has to get paid when we have to pay Dak? Um, pay aside, pay aside. You got to ask like, how much better is Justin Simmons than Wilson? You don't know because you ain't seen Wilson play. How much better is Justin Simmons than Parker? You don't know because you haven't seen Parker play. Not much. Is he better than Woods and Thompson? Yeah. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. But is he so much better that we need to go trade for him? No, I wouldn't say so. So that's how I feel about trading for a safety now, man. Nah. He said coming from Miami, the hood, he's soft. You talking about Coop? See, that's what y'all do with Coop. Coop got a baby face, but I don't think don't get it twisted. Coop will slap the shit out somebody, man. He ain't no nut. He just know better. Look at what they did to Dak. Like he know better. He said, "Nigga, you see what happened to these ankles out here, man? I'm not coming out there running around like I'm crazy." So I don't think Coop's off, man. I think you're wrong with that one, Ready Red. I think Coop got the goods. Yeah, yeah, I think he got the goods, man. Yeah, yeah, he too big for that. I feel you on Ant Megatwine. Lee versus Joe to start. Joe better start. Oh, Elohim, you explained it. He said haters are those that never give a player credit when credit is due. Dick riders are those that no matter what the player can do, no wrong, it's always someone else's fault. Yeah, it's all about balance, man. That's called polarity, man. That's what you're talking about right now. You're talking about two extremes. Hot and cold are two measurements of the same thing, temperature, right? So I feel you. I feel you on that, man. You're making some sense, even though you got a different way of explaining it. Would you make a move for Q Williams from the Jets since they want to trade a good upside for a decent pick? I don't know enough about him. I gotta watch him on film. I don't know, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And he said, Nick Blue said, "Koye, don't say break by this dude name. Talk about LVE. That's crazy. They let Coop rest for 3 quarters last game. I think Coop was playing. He was playing right. I don't know what the hell he was doing with him. Maybe he got hit or something, or maybe his squeamishness from watching that injury kind of did it to him. Who knows? Yeah, Van Der Esch is playing tonight, man. Yeah, he is. Let's see. I'm reading what y'all say. What's good, Greedy Vegan? How you, man? You gotta watch this whole John. It was long for no reason. I just been talking shit this whole time. I felt like going live because I was working on film, but I'm like, I'm no way I'm getting this film out fast enough, and I feel like going live now. So let me just get up here, start talking. That's what it did. All right. Let me see what y'all talking about in here though. You said Isaiah Simmons reminds you of Taco. Taco might have played. Oh, that's a good one right there, bro. Taco. Everything we ain't like about Taco, we would have liked now. Taco's patience and his slowness or his slow patience to the ball would be perfect for this scheme. Two gap. Two gap guy that's big as hell, long, you know, got good leverage, knows uses his hands well, but he ain't in a hurry to get nowhere. Like sort of like Alden without the superhuman strength, you know. But that guy actually would play well here today. In that upfield scheme, he was trash. Because he was asking him to be explosive and nimble and quick. That ain't him. And coordinated on stunts. That ain't him. He's a guy like, look, man, this dude gonna be in front of you. That dude gonna put his hands on you. Don't let him dominate you. And set the edge. And then every once in a while, work your way to the ball. He can do that. He can do that. He'll be an 8 sack, 9 sack guy, maybe more, depending on the pressure that we getting up the middle in this scheme. I don't have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem with Taco playing now. I had a problem with him playing. No, he's not playing on Miami. He played for the Chiefs right now. Yeah, he on the Chiefs. Yeah, but I wouldn't have a problem with Taco right now. Let me see what you talking about. What y'all arguing about? Ready Red? Oh, he said, you know damn well if Coop got hit like CD, his ass would have waved. He'd have waved to the sideline and said, "I'm out." He'd have been like, Yeah, he would have done that. You probably right. You probably right. He probably would have did that. Yeah. Yeah, you said TJ Watt wouldn't have been a problem at all though. Yeah. Why did you do that? I don't get that. Why would you pick Taco over TJ Watt? When you already see what the Watt product does, man. You already know what. That didn't make no sense. That didn't make no sense. It didn't. Like even I don't know, just the pedigree of his family. Period is like nigga, you go get fucking T.J. Watt crazy ass. I would have liked to have him over here right now. That would have been great. Watching him on the other side of Alden, and even D Law who would have still been here too. Like that would have been love to watch. I don't think D Law would have got that contract though, because they're like, we need to save this money for TJ. But whatever. Crawford can go or can stay. I think Crawford will go now though, because you'll see Neville Gallimore get more snaps. You're gonna see more Woods. We might go and grab some more depth for defensive tackle, like interior lineman. Um, but if that's the case, he probably will keep Crawford where he at. So who knows? You said if AKOYE was our don't pay me as an alcoholic game changer. I ain't no drinker like that. When y'all see me drink, that's when I'm drinking. I don't even go to clubs and shit, bro. Because I mean I'm old school dude, man. I done grew up partying. I don't party no more. I chill. I chill. You might catch me smoking some shit quicker than you catch me drinking some shit. And I try to do both, like, sporadically. I'm a coach, man. I can't be drunk all the time. Now, if we win some shit, yeah, I'll be drunk as fuck. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, if I was a defensive coordinator, the way I would go about it would be a lot of anger and fire in it. It wouldn't be because of no henny though. I'll be going about it. You would want me to smoke. You'd be like, yo, give him some tree because he need to chill the fuck out, for real. Because I'm violent when it comes to the way I coach anything. I want like violence sets the tone for violent sports. If you're going even basketball, put your fucking elbows up. Throw your elbows in the people's gut, man. I like how Shaq played basketball. Like, what's up, Law? Law said, I got that hitty for you when you come to Dallas. I hear you, man. I hear you, man. I do. I need it. I need to come to Dallas, man. In fact, I need to come fuck with y'all, man. I need some like-minded individuals. I'm around too much lawlessness around here, man. That's why I'm sitting here like, yo, I need to chill and focus in on what I'm doing. Too much distractionary shit going on. But appreciate it. Everybody shout out the Law. For those, I know all y'all know who he is. Ain't nobody in this game that don't know who Law is. But if you don't, make sure you follow him because he the man when it comes to not only telling you who coming to this team, but telling you what's up with this team from every angle, whether it's player interviews or breakdowns. He do it all. So I fucks with him. And if you like anything I'm doing, you like me because of Law. Because I was watching Law and I was like, hey man, I ain't like Law take on Dez, so I started making videos my damn self. So we got a history that never going to really be separated, from my opinion. You know what I mean? I fucks with him always, and whenever I need some advice or something like that, he always got me. So make sure you guys, yeah, call in my show right now. Come on, I don't care. Call in whenever you want. I don't never block that. But we already been on for an hour and a half, so you want to call. You know you got my number. Call me. I'm with it. You meant now or you meant later? Because later on tonight, I'm gonna be watching the game, so we could talk some shit later too. It don't matter. He said, "Call, let's go." They want to. All right, I'm about to call you, Law, because they calling for it now that you done said it. Hold on, I'm about to call you right now. Let me turn this Bluetooth off. Oh, I'm calling you now. Let's say call failed. Oh, why is that? Oh, there we go. You calling me now? Yo, brother. Yeah, man, you be busy over there. 105 got you running around like this dude super Hollywood. I don't mind though, cause I'm happy for it. Like go all kick the fucking door off the hinges so we can run up in it. I'm all with it. Yeah, I'm all with it. How you? Uh play calm, patient football. Yeah, I talked about it earlier where I think we're gonna see a new offensive scheme. And I think you have to in order to help Andy because you don't have anything backing Andy up. That's number one. But two, I think they're gonna have an inspired game plan. Like they're gonna run a little bit more due to the fact that Dak is hurt and they can't really spread them out as much as they will want to. I don't think. I don't think they're gonna come out there firing the ball around. So I think you're gonna see ball control, offense that's similar to what we had when Parcells was here and Jason Garrett when he was playing at his best. So we might have better time of possession, which keeps Kyler Murray off the field and helps this defense communicate a little bit better because they have more time to assess what they were seeing in those drives when they were out there. So I think that's what we're going to see tonight. I really do. It'll be interesting if Andy come out and slicing it up. I ain't mad, but I just don't think that it'll be that way. I think you're gonna get more of what we saw from Tony Romo the year when we was balling, man. The year DeMarco Murray led the league in rushing. I think you're gonna get that type of game plan. We're gonna run. They're gonna ask Andy to make the plays and make the throws that they know he can make when it's time to make them, like he did at the end of the last game. He can make those plays, but I don't think they're gonna ask him to come out and just say, "Hey, pick up where we left off and fire off the ball." I don't think it's gonna be that.
Did you scout that Jets game, the Arizona Cardinals versus the Jets?
I didn't watch that one. I watched some of it, but I watched mainly Arizona versus the Lions. I wanted to see how to fluster Kyler. So I was watching teams that got on his nerves, like the Lions, the Jets, and the Panthers.
Yeah, them Jets, man, they played them tough. It's just that they played like the Jets. They didn't really capitalize on the pitfalls because he was short. They batted the ball down. They picked the interception off from him.
Yeah.
And they had a few of their players drop the ball. They were playing volleyball with the football.
Yeah, I saw that.
So another thing that I looked up too was Andy. And trust me, I'm not an Andy fan all the way. I got to looking at.
He said all the way.
All the way, I looked because of out routes, man. It's crazy. But when I looked at that man tape from last year, pull up that first game of the season. That's when everybody's healthy. That's when everybody was well. It was the 2019 tape that Andy Dalton versus the.
I'm writing it down.
He put the final score was 20-21, but he put up north of 400 yards on that team. Now I know that the secondary is not that scary over there in Seattle land, but when you look at that tape, you will see like it's possible. And then he played the Cardinals last year.
Right.
He put up a good, decent yard against the Cardinals last year. Now, of course, he didn't have this weaponry.
That's the other thing you got to play into. Yeah. Andy has never he made AJ Green by himself, just AJ Green. Yeah. He used that weapon to his max, right? So having this many weapons, he's never had this. So I think he's gonna be fine. I just think you're gonna ask him to do things differently because you don't want to risk him either. So you're not gonna ask him to drop back 40 times a game. That's risking him, and the offensive line has already proven that we not it right now. So I think to help him, they definitely gonna have to run the ball. They got to. So that's why I'm saying it. It's not that I don't think he can make the throws because he did it. Like I said, he came in cold, and that's what people are not considering. He came in cold last week and did that. So yeah, him having a whole game plan, a whole week to prepare. He's a veteran. I like having guys like that on the sideline. I even liked it when we had when you got not we had, but when you got guys in the league like Josh McCown who could just get off the sideline and play. You got guys like we had Vinny Testaverde back in the day, and I'm not putting him in the Vinny category. I think he's better than Vinny. But you got guys who could just get up and play ball no matter what. And he's one of those guys that's a consummate pro who I think gonna get up and give us what we needed, which is a composed general who can make plays when asked to. I think that's what he is, and that's what Kittner. Yeah, we had Kittner too. You right about that, Teddy Cox.
Yeah, we had Kittner of the world, but yeah, man, you spitting some facts over here, man. I just feel like if we can play with that lead, if we can get things in front of us, I think that the Gallup, oh my God, and the CD Lamb, man, he's leading the team in reception, yards, whatever.
Right.
And of course, Amari Cooper. If we can just get him to play the full 60 minutes and play through the echoes of the whistle.
Right.
Hey, it's a whole new world, man.
He says a whole new world. Now, this is a question I got for you since I got you on, right? Because I know I'm going to ask it when we do our next roundtable, but I'm gonna do it right now. What happens to this team if we get a repeat of, or even close to a repeat of the Nick Foles and Wentz situation, which is Andy makes this team look like like changing the way we play creates a winning formula, or this defense catches up, which it doesn't mean that it happened because Andy's playing, but this defense could have caught up and we could have been winning with Dak, but we will never know, right? But now what happens if Andy's reaping the benefits of our defense sort of playing just average, right? and us still being able to put up points offensively, and that translating into wins for the rest of this season. What happens to this team next year, and what happens to Dak and this team next year if that happens?
I mean, let's be real, man. I know a lot of people don't want that real conversation.
You got to have it.
But you got to have it. If Andy Dalton goes to the playoff and win a playoff game, Dak Prescott is gone.
Damn.
That's the reality of it, man.
Damn.
Hey, how can you make the justification? How can you? Because you got to pay this man north of 40.
Yeah.
And I know that right now the media, the 105.3, the fan, and everybody, they giving us the PC talk, saying, yeah, Gary Wayne said he loved that. Man, Ike Turner loved Tina. You know?
He said Ike Turner loved Tina. Yes, he did.
He loved her. So if people
he said, if you die, I'll kill you.
Yeah,
oh, man.
He's a businessman.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I feel bad about that. I do, but that's a reality, especially if we go all the way. If for whatever reason even if we're in the conference finals or the divisional round, we win a game and get into the conference championship, something like that. Even that would be, I think, the end of that, because how would you justify paying him after that when you can spread that money around and do other things to help this team? Then you go and blow some money on a safety and some other shit because you don't need to spend it there, and you never have to pay Andy that much because Andy ain't asking for that much. So yeah, so I agree with you, man, and that's what I didn't want to say. That's why I asked you, because I know if I was the one to lead with that, they'll say, "Hey, here come AKOYE again, coming for Dak." But it's not that. I just really feel like that's how it would go if we win, and I don't think that we're in a position where it's like if you they're two different types of quarterbacks. I think Dak's better because Dak can do the things Andy can do. So I'll say that live. I think Dak can do the things Andy can do. Meaning he can make the same throws Andy can make. They might have a different decision-making philosophy, but they can make the same throws. But Andy can't run like Dak, and Andy don't have that tenacity that Dak has when it comes to the way he is like physical, right? So that added to his game, I think that makes Dak slightly better than Andy. But when it comes to the way they pass the ball, they're similar. So I think you got, 1 and 1A type of guys, not 1 and then 3. Like Andy's not like a 3 guy or 2 guy. Andy's a starter in this league, and he's been a starter for 10 years, I think. So I think you got a good quarterback in the man.
But here's the situation, though.
Mm-hmm.
When we're back all the way back to 2016, Tony Romo better than Dak Prescott, right?
Right.
Like anybody to disagree and say,
no, that's truth. That's truth.
That's true, right?
And that's the karma of it. That's truth.
That's the karma of it.
Yeah.
So they chose the person that had the higher,
upside,
or what have you, who was winning at the moment, the flavor of the month.
Yeah.
Just suppose for the same situation, Carson Wentz versus Nick Foles.
Right.
Carson Wentz, collectively speaking, is better than Nick Foles.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Collectively, I'm talking about in a bubble, right?
Oh, all right, cool.
Nick Foles got more what?
No, I always call Nick Foles the best Eagles quarterback in the last 10 years. They hate that shit, though. Like, y'all best quarterback is playing in Chicago, bro. Yeah, that's it. But, yeah.
Nick Foles at old brew, he can get the corner.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz folded up, and he give you these spurts of like, wow, look at Carson there. He did it just the other day.
Yeah.
When you look at fourth quarter Wentz and you take the Cowboys goggles off, you'll say, man, now I know we got to throw in garbage time and all that.
Yeah.
But he still went through his progressions, went through his read. He got skinny, he got small, he dipped out of sacks or what have you.
Yeah, I saw him doing that.
The ball to a guy named Fuck him,
Fuck him. Yo, I ain't never think about his name being. I call him Falkham, but I was like, damn, his name is Fuck him. That's crazy.
But that's just the dice you will roll.
Yeah. I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that. Like 100. One more question though, right? One more question I got for you, right? Now, do you feel like, and this is just me thinking out loud, right? Do you feel that LVE healthy, okay, should come in and supplant either Smith or Joe Thomas? Do you think that he's the guy?
I like the way Joe crashes, flip his hips. But the problem is with Joe, sometimes you know how he would lean on what Jalen Smith would do.
Yeah.
And fight him in the you know what.
Yeah.
Whereas LVE is better in coverage than any other linebackers we got outside of Sean Lee.
Bollocks. That's bollocks. No, I don't agree. I don't agree.
You think that Joe's better in coverage?
Yes, I do. Show me LVE knocking down passes every week. I see Joe do it every single week. He's getting two hands on the ball or knocking the ball down. Now, is he going to run like a deer with you? You want to put him against a wide receiver? No, you're not going to do that. So if you're going to say he's better because he's faster, maybe. But who makes more plays against the pass is what I'm asking. Joe's more effective whether he blitzing.
LVE will make more plays. A healthy LVE.
Well, where?
I love it because I know you're going to try to prove
he got one interception. Y'all, he got one interception in 3 years, 2-3 years. I ain't seen the coverage guy that we keep talking about. Where is it? Where he at?
He got two. He had two. He had multiple ones. He could have had one, the coulda, woulda, shoulda situation against Seattle and and he had a few more that he could have got.
You could screen pass something like it. That's why I said LV is safety, because the things that you would ask him, the coverage ability that he has is ungodly when it comes to in the open field, like against receivers, or if you want him to man up. I don't see him manning up much, but you want him to man up against a tight end, he could do that. Yeah, I'll give him that, right? Yeah. But when it comes to linebacker coverage responsibilities, no, like screen passes, plays close to the line of scrimmage, rub route, stuff like that. No, Joe's better when it comes to that. Like playing coverage like a linebacker is supposed to be. No, I like Joe. Like I like Joe.
Wait a minute. So your question was, who would you rather have?
Right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I did ask you that. I did not beat you up on the answer, right? My bad.
No. But who you rather have? LVE and was it Jalen or Jalen and Thompson?
Yeah.
Shit, man. I have a big reservation. I know he's your dog, but if we're going to play the spy game and we need somebody to cover, I still don't trust Jalen Smith in coverage. I just will not switch my mind to seeing that this guy can flip his hips. He can go vertical with you on a vertical route.
Right.
Those drags, the crossers. Man, it's just that he would think about it and he would say, "Hey, my leg is more important than getting this tackle. I'm gonna try to do something."
I'll give you that.
That's just my only reservation.
So you would move Jalen to the outside.
I would roll with Joe Thomas and LVE.
No. You will get torched in the run. LVE is not and for the record, Green, I don't think he should be a safety. I think he plays like a safety, meaning he can cover like a safety, but he can't cover like a linebacker is what I meant by that. Like he can't cover things that are close to the line of scrimmage. Screen passes, he don't get underneath him. He don't fight through that. But I don't think LV and Thomas next to each other is the answer because, like you said, Thomas is aggressive. He might miss. He's aggressive as hell, right? And Jalen, when he plays better, is aggressive as well. But LVE is soft. So all they're going to do is run at LVE. That's what they would do. They'll just run at him. And then you don't got to pass the ball when LVE out there. Run at him. You're going to get it all day. That's what I'm saying. He's a linebacker. For all the things that I like about a player, they got to at least be able to do what they're supposed to do first. So when I say LVE can't cover like a linebacker, if you have him out against a running back, he getting cooked. He don't play close to the line of scrimmage very well. If you run the ball at him, he getting cooked. Linebackers need to be able to cover at least running backs and to stop the run. That's their job initially, and then do everything else. He do everything else.
So you the coach for like 30 minutes. What you would do is on third and long or third down, you say, "Hey, 54, come get a breather, because I want you to play first and second."
Yeah.
Third and four, I'm keeping Thomas and I'm keeping LVE.
Third and four. Yeah, third downs, I will move Jalen to the outside and let Jalen pass rush from the outside or blitz. And then, I would move LVE, and then I'd agree with you there. That's perfect.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I would do that. That sound like that's how long.
I definitely would not have LVE on rundown.
Hell no. No, you can't do that. But yeah, let's get a full show in, man. Just let me know when. I'll jump on. I'm just not you got like what do you call it? Program designers. You got producers and shit. You got dudes that's like you got makeup artists and shit like that. It's just little old me. I don't know how to do all that, man. So you just gotta let me know when you want to run in and jump on, and I'm with it, man. I'm always with it.
Can you do me a huge favor since you got
What's good?
169 or over 200 people watching right now?
Bet.
My girl hit me up and she was like, man, she needs some help from the nation, man, from Cowboy Nation.
Bet. What's up?
On her last video, she got like a whole bunch of down arrows and
who that? JoJo?
Some hate mail on her video. Her name is Brianna Betty.
How they hating on her?
They hating on her, man.
Well, listen, tell her I love her. Tell her that. You can tell her I love her. If nobody else do, I love you, Brianna. I do.
Can you direct people to go watch her last video, man?
That's a bet. What's the
love and adulation, man?
What's the say the name again? Brianna
Betty. I'm gonna post
Brianna Betty. Brianna,
yeah,
make
link it to your chat box over
here. Yeah, send it to me. Yeah, we'll watch that. Make sure y'all type her name in the chats for whoever know how to spell it. But what's the name of the video though, Law?
Yeah, she gave a prediction on the Arizona Cardinals.
What she say? That's why they gave her the down. Hold on. What she say, Law? Don't have me co-sign something and I don't know what it is yet. What she say, Law? You got to tell me what she said. Though. Oh, all right. I can live with that. I was about to say, like, don't have me co-sign it, and she just said something crazy. Because bad or not, you can't just talk crazy. You know? Yeah. All right, I got you.
Her spirit's down right now.
Oh man. No, we gonna big her up. Law, you crazy, Law. I see you though, brother. I see you got your cape on. You might want to take the cape off. Don't get in trouble for the cape.
I'm trying to grow the nation, man.
I feel you. Let's grow the nation. Let's grow the nation, man. Let's grow that nation, Law. I feel you, man. Especially if you're gonna grow it like that. Grow the nation. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. They don't let me share the video on your link because you got it blocked.
Oh, all right. Hold on. All right, hold on.
Help the young lady out, man.
How do I stop you from okay, I don't know how to do the settings, but yeah, y'all put that link up there for me. Whoever can find that for me. Ready Red. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now. What's the name of the video? I'm gonna find it right now. Hold on. Brianna.
Dallas Cowboys versus Arizona Cardinals. Can the Cowboys get a win with Andy Dalton at quarterback? That's the name of the video.
Okay, got it.
She got 55 likes, 83 down votes.
Yeah. Ah, damn. What did she say? Because that's hard to do.
Man, it's hard. I promise you, man, it's hard to change the platform. Going from, whatever she used to do on the platform and start talking Cowboys.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah. Like one of those situations.
Oh, yeah. So, what was she doing before?
Just modeling, people want to watch modeling.
Oh, I see it. Okay, I got you. Oh, damn. Shit, I'm about to start watching this shit. God damn. Shit. What the hell? I see what the problem is. It's the female Cowboy fans that's got a problem with this, Joe. And they like, listen, my husband can't watch this shit. What's wrong with you? We're Law Nation at. Hold on. Right. What them dudes is like, hey, they ain't threatened by us. It's pressure on this one, yeah, for sure. I put it up there. I said there now. Y'all make sure y'all click on that. Show us some love. I got her. Yo, tell her, no problem. She gonna keep making them videos.
Help a girl out.
Yeah, no problem, Brianna. Like you the real Brianna. Like no problem, Bri. We got you. But y'all appreciate it, man. You're a good sport for it, man. Because I know I'm gonna talk my shit always. But love y'all for taking it, man. Love you for taking it. They jumped up. My video went from 170 to 147. So I put the link up there. Shit would go. They like out. No, I don't mind. I'm about to do the same shit. I'm about to follow them over there. It's no problem. But I'm getting off.
Hey, what I'll tell her to do is.
Oh man.
Here's what we can do though.
What's up?
For those who go and subscribe, I'll tell her to give y'all a shout out on her.
Oh yeah.
IG. Yeah, that's what we do. Because she got 1 million followers on the IG.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we could do something. Tell her to shout me out. I'm about to shout her out right now. I'm about to do a Brianna, what big old Tiggo Bitty? What's her name? Petit. Brianna Petit. I'm about to do a Brianna Petit breakdown right now. Right now.
There you go.
There you go.
Tell her to follow you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll let her know to check your page.
She gonna be in one of my intros. I got her. Tell her I got her for sure. Yep.
But, now she'll see the power of the nation. She said, Cowboy Nation let me down. They all hating on me.
Ah, man.
We got.
Oh man, I got you though. Tell her we got it, man. It's all good. But yeah, I'm on it, man. I'm on it. But I'm out, man. I'm about to go get some more film.
You got some dogs over there, man.
Yeah, you already know. You already know. They love it. Andrew, all of them, they love it. They came back. Some of them came back. They don't went though. I was like, they went from 170 down to 147 immediately. It was like, boop. I was like, I know which way. I know where they went. I know where they went. It was out. They was out, man. That was funny though. Ah, man. But look, let me get out of here, man. I'm about to jump off my damn self. I'm about to get some film work done. But yo, hit me, man. I ain't nowhere, man. You the one that's busy, not me.
Yep. I'll be tonight, man. But I'm doing the play-by-play tonight. But I hit you up, man. Maybe during halftime or something.
All right, yeah, that's a bet. I'm on it too. My brother coming over. We're gonna watch the game, get drunk. Now y'all might get the Henny D tonight, though. I will be going in tonight. So I got you, man. Salute, man. Appreciate everything too, man. Talk to you. Yep. Peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I seen what y'all did. I ain't saying nothing, man. I ain't saying nothing. Make sure the rest of y'all that's in here who didn't hit the like button, hit the like button. For those of y'all that went over to see Brianna Batiste, go see the Batiste. And we'll holler at you later, man. Appreciate it. Talk to y'all later.